Hi, I'm Kathleen Carlson. Welcome to Vocal Medicine. Today I'll be talking about the mantra Om RAM Namaha RAM. So this is a mantra for the solar plexus, and specifically we'll be talking about the aspect of gut health and how mantras can positively impact gut health. So this is a very big topic because there are estimated to be 60 million Americans who have reflux. And that's just talking about Americans. So that's not people in all the other industrialized countries in the world. And there are a lot of people that have digestive issues. I'm very familiar with what it's like to go for many years and have digestive issues. So the thing with the solar plexus is that it is intimately connected to gut health. So the solar plexus is located right here. The place where you have a gut sense about something, so where your intuition is, or if you're nervous, where you have butterflies in your stomach. So that's associated with the solar plexus. And there have been studies showing that the gut actually has 500 million neurons in it. So in some philosophies, mainly indigenous people, they have understood how important the gut is in terms of determining your direction, in terms of sensing things, in terms of knowing when you're in danger. And in the West, we think of the brain as our primary source of information. Then you have the heart, which also has a tremendous amount of neurons, and then you have the gut. So the idea is that when you have a sense about something, a particular person or a situation, and you're having a gut level reaction to it, that you should pay attention to your gut. So it's great to listen to your heart, but sometimes our hearts are swayed by personal relationships, by our concern for other people versus our own immediate reaction to a situation. So that type of feeling in the gut is also related to anxiety and depression. There's a clear link between the gut health, the biome, so all the bacteria, the balance of the bacteria in the gut, which are highly affected by stress, and mental health. It's also a core part of our identity. I really love to look at language and idioms and metaphors and see what are they telling us? What are they telling us unconsciously how we feel about our bodies and how our bodies relate to our own identity. So you can say you're spilling your guts, and that means that you are revealing your feelings. So your feelings are coming from your gut. Or you can say, if you don't like someone, oh, I can't stomach him. Or you might say, if you really dislike someone, that you hate their guts, which is pretty interesting because you don't say you hate their shoulder or you hate their arm or their leg. You know what I mean? Like you don't hate their neck, you hate their guts. So their guts is their core identity. There's something about that person that you really dislike. And then if you think about the physical level of metabolism, you need to have fire in your gut in order to digest your food. So you're transforming food, you're breaking down food. So in the Ayurvedic system, there are 5 different elements. So you have fire, you have earth, you have water, you have air or vayu, wind, and you have space or ether. So the fire element is the one that's necessary for assimilation, for breaking down the food, and on a spiritual level or a psychological level for breaking down ideas, for being able to assimilate changes in your life. So it's all related to digestion. We are affected in different ways. Some people will constrict their breathing when they're under stress. I do that as well. So you can do multiple things. But other people will immediately have an upset stomach if there is stress around them or conflict around them. So this mantra, Om RAM Namaha RAM. The Om, of course, is the quintessential mantra. It's often at the beginning of a mantra. So it's at the beginning in order to focus the mind. So it's sort of bringing everything together. Om. And then Ram, so R-A-M, pronounced Ram, like R-U-H-M or R-U-M. And the R is a fire consonant. So every letter, every syllable has a particular energy. And the R is like striking a match. So you can roll the R a little bit, like Ram, and then you have the And the sound is a very grounding sound. That's like the most basic sound you can make without without changing the shape of your mouth or constricting your throat, just uh. So that's a sound that brings you into the physical. And then the M at the end is always a sound of the Divine Mother, which is also grounding. So that's in the physical, but it's a very comforting, softer mm. And there are studies that show that just humming. I have an aunt who had a fairly difficult life. Her husband died before her, and she had a daughter who went blind at about the age of 8. So very challenging, not a wealthy family, and there was a lot of stress. And she would hum all the time. She would hum when she was making dinner. She would hum when she was cleaning the house. And I remember going to visit her as a little child, like, why is she making noise all the time? But it was her way to comfort herself. And I think it was probably a good option for her to hum through her life, to just keep bringing that sound into her being. So that's the M. So Ram. And then Namaha is I bow or I give honor. And then the seed syllable Ram again at the end of this very short mantra. So you're giving honor to that energy. You're honoring the fact that you're choosing something that is helpful and healing for yourself, something that is comforting. And this is a very simple mantra. I have a longer recording, which I will link in the description, and maybe put one of those little black boxes that come up. So if you want to practice this, I do have a recording that is just the mantra, so you won't have to listen to me talk again. But I have found that people really appreciate having one video that introduces a mantra and explains the mantra. And then once you feel like you have an understanding of it, and if you choose to continue to use it, then you can go to that mantra that is just the mantra without the explanation. So Om Ram Namaha for gut health. Om Ram Namaha Ram. 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 So a very simple mantra for gut health. You can really feel that energy, especially if you visualize or you focus on the area that you are sending the energy of that mantra to. So it's going to go there naturally because certain syllables and sounds are associated with different chakras and different parts of the body. But then also, if you can visualize the sun over the solar plexus, or just visualize the ocean. I like that one, where I just imagine myself just sort of flying over the ocean. And that's one of the best ways to get myself into a really calm state. So whatever it is that works for you, it takes a little while, once you know the mantra. And this one wouldn't take too long to learn. But once you know the mantra, and then if you add that extra visualization, that can be really helpful too. So blessings for health on every level and strength, and have a beautiful day.